The Royal Titans are an easy mid-game boss with a couple of essential upgrades for any mid-level account. If you've not done much bossing, they're a really good way of learning gear switches and some basic mechanics. You unlock the Mystic Vigour and Deadeye Prayers as a drop from the bosses, as well as the Twin Flame Staff. They can be killed solo or in a duo, and count towards a Fire Giant Slayer task. If you're on a task, don't forget your Slayer helmet. For gear, you're going to want to bring all 3 combat styles and be on the standard spellbook. You will also need water and fire spells. Don't worry if you don't have the same gear as I do, you really only need rune armour or tier 60 weapons. It's a mid-level boss, so you don't need to be in maxed gear. If you're in a duo, it's a good idea for one of you to use water spells and the other to use fire. This will reduce the amount of time you spend dealing with the mechanics and make the boss a bit easier. At the start of the fight, both bosses will be on opposite sides of the arena. You'll want to keep protect against melee on for the entire fight. You'll need to melee them when they come close and range them when they walk away. There will also be text above the boss which lets you know when they're about to come close within melee distance. If you're in a duo, try to focus one Titan each so that you're not both attacking the same one. Ideally, you want them both to be losing equal amounts of HP throughout the fight. Doing this will make the second phase a little bit easier and make you take less damage. During the first phase, they will randomly spawn lines of fire and ice. These will obstruct you from walking past them, and they'll also damage you if you don't move away from the space highlighted before they pop up. So if it's underneath you and you can see it's about to pop up, just move away. All you need to do is cast a water spell on the fire or a fire spell on the ice, and this will remove the section that you've cast the spell on, as well as one tile either side of it. They can also summon fire and water minions which will attack you, and after a while they'll explode, dealing damage. To deal with these, it's the same as the previous mechanic. Simply cast water spells on the fire minions, or fire spells on the ice minions to kill them before they explode. When one of the Titans falls below 210 hit points, or 35% of their health remaining, they'll begin phase 2 of the fight. They'll teleport into the centre with you, one Titan will be at each end. Make sure that you're not stood in the spot at the end when they spawn in. If you do, they'll knock you back and you'll take some damage. You just want to have your character positioned sort of in the middle of the arena. In this phase, they will no longer spawn the fire and ice obstructions on the floor, but they will still continue to spawn the fire and ice minions. These can be dealt with in the same way as the first phase, just cast your elemental spells on each one. In the second phase, they'll have a new charge attack. You'll see a tile on the ground that has a charge. You'll need to run to this tile and stay on it. When the charge runs out, both Titans will do a special attack that will hit every other space on the ground. They'll attack 3 times in quick succession before it is safe to move away from the tile. If for some reason you do step away from the tile too early, you'll be hit for upwards of 20 damage per hit. Phil has kindly agreed to demonstrate this for us. Thanks, Phil. Rest in peace. You can, if you're comfortable doing so, change to your ranged gear while on the save tile to get a few extra hits in instead of waiting for the special to finish. Although, there's nothing wrong with taking your time and waiting it out if you're learning. In this phase, you want to try and kill both Titans at the same time to make it easier for yourself. If you kill one first and the other one is still alive, when he does his special, the safe tile will now always be as far away as possible. Additional to that, when he does his normal stomp attacks, they'll hit you for more damage through protect melee. So try and make sure to take them both out at the same time if possible. Once you've got them down, you'll have to choose which Titan you want to claim the loot from. If you take the Ice Titan, you've got a chance of unlocking the Deadeye Prayer Scroll and the Ice half of the staff. If you choose the Fire Titan, you'll have a chance of the Mystic Vigour Prayer Scroll and the Fire half of the staff. If you are lucky enough to obtain both halves of the staff, you can combine them with a battle staff to create the twin flame staff. This staff automatically uses the best spell against the monster's weakness, providing that you've got the right runes on you. They're a fairly easy boss to kill, and they're a great way to start your bossing journey. Not to mention the prayers are useful for a very long time, especially if you're an Iron Man with no raids experience like myself. Hope this helps anyone struggling. Thank you for watching.